All right, gonna pair up Zach with a Sal. All right, so let's take Zach here in his leg lift. I paired you up with Sal. I mean, he does everything right. So he's just gonna show you. I mean, this is like the perfect prototype. Plus, you are taller than him, but y'all have similar proportions. Okay. Like, you see that too. He's got that momentum going a little bit ahead of you. As you can see, the hips are a little bit more forward. It's just his head maybe. I think more in the hips. So he's a little bit ahead, maybe not much. Okay, take you into your load. You were doing great. I mean, you were a good controlled fall, but you don't load the leg linear enough, and I mean you could continue to move your center of gravity down. So watch this out. I mean, he's gonna be in that perfect load position. I mean, look at the difference there. That's why I wanted you to see that. I mean, that would be your ideal position. That's where you're going to be high velocity. And you got to get your arms strong to be able to handle the kind of force you're going to put on at that point. But that's where you need to be. Okay. So it's cool when you can pair yourself up with a guy that similar build, because I don't have to really sit here and go over much. You can really just see the differences. You can see how linear he is here, how low his center of gravity is here compared to you. Okay. All right. So let's take you to front foot. So you're reaching that front leg out, extending that back leg. Not a lot of leg drive, just kind of rolling over it. And look at your arms too. You don't want to get long like that. You want to keep this down and then get into that 90 degree with that arms and start moving it, externally rotating it. Watch this out here. So there we go. See how they pulled the elbow up? Every high velocity pitcher I've ever seen, after they break their hands, they pull the elbow up. That pulls them into a horizontal abduction. That gets them into flexion, where the arm moves the fastest and allows you to do that quick internal external rotation. Okay. This is too long. This is little league shit that we don't really need to do. It's not going to allow you to get good arm speed. Okay. So not much of a drive, just kind of a reaching out and a little bit of a drive and roll over from the backside. So look at your arm. Look, your arm isn't fully cocked and you're already into trunk rotation. That's what we were talking about earlier. So there's your arm hitting 90 degrees external rotation. That's arm cocking right there, and you're already in shoulder rotation. You're almost completely open. Watch this out. Look at the leg drive in the front foot. Look at the arm going back into horizontal abduction. Now it's externally rotating into front foot. No shoulder rotation yet, and then it hits 90, and he hasn't initiated shoulder rotation. The hips were going through the whole time, shoulders remaining closed, and the arm was just cocking up, externally rotating up in that position. You're going to need to do drills, a lot of drills, if they're mirror drills or ball drills, where you're practicing that elbow up external rotation right here. We were talking about it. You're going to have to do this before you start shoulder rotation. Just do tons of these until you get used to it. Until one day you'll do a throw. You'll do that. And you're going to feel your arm go a lot faster. You're going to also feel your arm load a lot harder, and that's where you need to make sure your shoulder's ready for it. Okay? Because look at front foot strike when your hips open. So let's say right there. And look at this between you and Sal. I mean, you're well in trunk rotation. He's not. So he's got good hip shoulder separation. You don't. And you've got a lot of that hyperangulation, that arm being pulled way behind your back. That's hard on your anterior cuff here. That's probably why you tore the labrum right up front right there. Because it's so far pulled back that it's stressing the front of the cuff. Okay? So you're just going to keep tearing that labrum until you fix that. So your body's telling you it doesn't want to go hard, because I saw your intensity just jump up and down. You'd be intense and then you'd be nothing. Intense and you'd be nothing. It's because your arm doesn't want to do it again. It doesn't want to keep destroying itself. So you're going to have to get that early trunk rotation, that extremely late cocking out until your arm's going to feel better again. Plus you got to get stronger at the same time. Okay, so that just should paint the picture right there. No trunk rotation until full arm cocking. And then hopefully that's the point of your hips open. And then from there, look how he loads the arm with a good front leg extension. The load on your arm is more into horizontal adduction. It's out in front of your face and externally rotated. Okay, so that's now hard on your elbow. More adduction during maximum external rotation is more stress on the elbow. So you're beating your arm up. Also, you don't have that load, and you don't have the forward trunk tilt, and you don't have the front leg extension. Okay. I mean, you can even see y'all move similar. You have a similar proportions. I mean, your body's built similarly, and he's just doing with you a lot of these things so much better than you, and that's just got to be your goal. I mean, that's your prototype right there. Ideally, I mean, everyone would want to move like that, but for you, I think that's where you can get. You're just going to have to really work your ass off to get there. But that's where you would be at your best. That's your hopes, your purpose should be that I'm going to accomplish this in my career. I'm going to create these biomechanics. I'm going to develop these biomechanics through a lot of work through this program. Okay, so then look how gets way out in front of your face. Look at his release points. Above his head. Your release point's way out in front of your face. It's because your arm got involved too early and pushed way out in front of your face. And look at his front leg.
I was about to say, just like the coach is telling you to.
Right, exactly. Here, look at the high velocity guy, and look at the low velocity guy. Okay. All right. Any questions on that? It's a lot of work, I know. It's a crap load of work. So it's just up to you. You know, I was determined. I was 26 years old when I finally did it. So that was a long time. How old are you?
20.
So you got 6 years. I think that's enough time. If you took as long as I took, you could still get some pro ball experience like I did. But I was determined. I just said I didn't care when it happened. It's just going to happen. I didn't want to go through the rest of my life knowing that I never accomplished what I wanted to be, which is a professional pitcher. And I know professional pitchers, a guy can throw 90 plus, and I knew it took that to be 90 plus, so that's what I worked for.
Are there any other ways to strengthen the shoulder besides the Olympic lifts and stuff like that?
Well, the shoulder strength needs to come through all the large, big muscle groups, and then also small muscle groups. So this program's going to address all of it.
So it's got everything in it?
Yeah. You got all the trap work, all the deltoid work, all the pulls and presses are going to hit that, and then all the rotator cuff stuff and the shoulder routine.
And there's stuff in there to like strengthen the scap?
That's all the shrugging. And it's all even hitting the serratus muscles and finishing in your benches. In a bench press, at the end of the press, you're hitting those serratus muscles, which also help keep your scaps stronger. So, but overall, you just need the upper body strength. Just all the upper body strength they do in there is going to have a significant impact on it. The jerks. Catching the jerks is going to create more stability. That's going to get into strengthening that shoulder.